It's Bradford's Vikings going up against Newton's Panthers. With that, let's get up to Charlotte, North Carolina, as we bring in our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Blaring with a beautiful skyline towering just to the right of us. You get a look inside Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Minnesota Vikings and the Carolina Panthers. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And with a new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. They go play action here on first down. And this is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
Look, I have to take a second here and talk about Greg Olsen, the tight end for the Carolina Panthers. Third straight year over 1,000 yards in receptions. And guess what? That's the first time that's ever happened in NFL history. 3 straight years by a tight end.
That's really something. Now 31 years of age. They're going to need him next year to turn it around because a very disappointing season.
Not the season anyone expected, least of all the Carolina Panthers, but he's a building block that they can go ahead and get back to form starting in 2017.
Well, he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. 3rd and 2, Newton. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill or the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground. Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
And caught left side, Olsen. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45.
All right, I'm doing my rudimentary math here. That's his 3rd catch here in the first quarter. I don't know if it's just game plan or he's just finding his way open.
And maybe a little of both. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Back to the ground now with Stewart. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And the numbers down a bit from their Super Bowl year this season for Jonathan Stewart. Did have some injuries. He finished with 824 yards. 9 touchdowns, though. Good in that department.
When it's around the goal line, he's a terrific runner because he knows how to get there, and he can run through contact, run through trash, as we like to say. That's part of the reason he accumulates the injuries that he does, because he runs inside a lot and takes on those linebackers. But they're going to work on Jonathan Stewart in the offseason, get him healthy, and have him back ready to go for next season.
Newton now to throw. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. 1st and goal from the 8. Now Artis Payne. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Cameron Artis Payne. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers take it right down and score on the opening drive. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. First carry now for Adrian Peterson. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Time to feature the offensive starters and to give some love to the tight end, Kyle Rudolph.
He's been to the Pro Bowl already, battled a few injuries, but he's back and better than ever. Has added a little yoga to his regimen in order to make him more nimble. That makes it that much harder for the defenders to catch him. Brandon, I know you play the fantasy football game, and Adrian Peterson has to be a popular pick for owners. But this year, a tough season for him. A knee injury early limited him to 72 yards total for the season.
Yeah, early indeed. Week 2 on that knee injury. So 72 yards, as you said, for the year. Came back admirable, hoping to get him into the playoffs, but didn't look like he was ready to return.
One guy I never count out, though, is Adrian Peterson. I expect a monster return in 2017.
Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And the starting defense here for the Panthers.
Star Tulele is a former first-round pick who's starting to round into form, becoming one of the better run stoppers in the league.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Here again is McKinnon. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. Tackle made by K'Wan Short. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. They'll need to convert a 3rd and 7, though, to start things out. Kyle Rudolph, the tight end, in motion. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. To throw is Bridgewater. Going, and that's caught inside the 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. Kyle Rudolph, the tight end, in motion. Second down, Bridgewater. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. 3rd down here.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
3rd and long for Bridgewater. And this is going to be incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And it's 4th down. On now is Kai Forbath to try the field goal. And Forbath will put this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point. So no problems converting there.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense.
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. You know, for this Vikings team, as they come back out here on offense, I don't know that any group had more of a roller coaster ride than them in the 2016 season. The quarterback change at the beginning, the hot start, and in the cold middle, it was just a tough year for them, wasn't it?
It really was, and when you look at how their season went, you mentioned the roller coaster. A lot of it can come back to the injuries, especially along the offensive line. I think by around October, maybe even early November, I'm surprised you and I didn't get a call to go audition to be a left tackle there because they were just down so many guys. So that made it difficult to run the ball and to protect Sam Bradford, their quarterback, and it reflected in their final record.
And a nice stiff arm. It opens room to run. Past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Adrian Peterson, 59 yards. And the Vikings have taken the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Carolina getting set to take the field. And last time, one play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see when they decide to do a play calling.
And a loose football. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
And I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule where the offensive player fumbles the ball, goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
And the Vikings with an extra defender in the secondary on third.
Playing coverage here.
They'll try and run it. Here's Stewart. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on fourth down. And the tight end Olsen, right side. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Here's Newton. And his throw is incomplete. Well, you mind if we go off topic for a second?
No,
you know
go.
I like to do that randomly. AFC playoff contenders for this year that didn't make it last season. Who do you have that might get in?
Well, I think Cincinnati's got to be considered there. Maybe they'd have an offseason that's calm, and they go into this season and try and get back to the playoffs where they had been perennials. How about Denver?
Yeah.
Remember last year they didn't have the quarterback to start. Trevor Siemian played pretty well overall, but maybe they can get solidified there and ride that strong defense right back into the playoffs. I'm going to give you a couple a little bit off the pace. Indianapolis cannot afford to squander Andrew Luck, one of the better young quarterbacks in the game. They've got to get back to the playoffs. And Buffalo, brand new head coach, brand new people running the ball club. Let's see if they can figure it out, because I think defensively they can be awfully strong.
They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. This is Stewart. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
Throwing again, Bridgewater on 2nd and 10. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll run it. Here's Peterson. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
And down inside the 15 he goes.
There's so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, having your eyes in the right place.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. Bridgewater now on 2nd down. That is incomplete. Out of the backfield, Adrian Peterson was the intended target. And now it's 3rd down. And they'll be in search of 11 yards here on 3rd down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And Forbath will put this one through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. It's a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they get the field goal near the end of the 1st half to expand that lead.
Now, that's got to feel good, but they can't let up. Now on the kickoff, they've got to make sure they don't give up a big return or big yardage to set up the other team for one last chance to score themselves.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Stewart is the lone setback. They go play action here on 1st down. Surveying the field. Now he'll turn and throw deep back. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Carolina. 10 Ginn. In the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Panthers have tied this game up. They can take the lead with the extra point. And his kick is right through. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now out comes Minnesota. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Here's Peterson as they begin on the ground. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right. Final play of the half, Bridgewater. He's going to let this one go deep. And that is incomplete. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. Peterson alone in the backfield. He'll get the football here. A strong running. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Bridgewater gives to Peterson on the draw. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves them with a 3rd down and 8.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward. It looks like, yes, it is 6 defensive backs on the field for Carolina.
They're going with a dime set. Bridgewater to throw it. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Now it's Ginn. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
defense,
got the lead. Yeah.
we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
And they're going to speed things up here. On 3rd down, Jonathan Stewart. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. As Chad Greenway in on the stop. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On 2nd down, here's Newton.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Now Stewart on 1st down. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And quickly they get to the line. Here's Newton sliding out of the pocket. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Now a 10th carry for Jonathan Stewart. A gain of 7, and they pick up the first.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Newton now to throw. Forced out to his left. Caught left side by Funchess. And he'll be out of bounds all the way down at the 6.
You talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
The toss play, Stewart. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Jonathan Stewart, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. And wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They come out here in the I. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He rifles one that's intercepted. There he goes, right side. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. Back to it after the pick 6. Bridgewater. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. Give him 16 on the pickup, and it'll be 1st down Vikings. They're going to hurry back to the line now. A good start there on this 4th quarter drive. They need more of what we just saw.
Down a couple of scores. There's still time. All right, it's not like they're totally out of it, but they have to score quickly, and they're going to need some big-time plays, chunk plays, explosive plays. They need yardage on each snap.
Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot. For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Cordero Patterson, the one he was hoping to get it to. And it's 4th down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Desperation time. 4th down. Bridgewater. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. Carolina getting set to take the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue.
This is caught inside the 15. That one goes for 36 yards. The defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here with that type of...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Linval Joseph in there to sack him for a loss of 6. On second down, they run with Stewart. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. They get just a yard back there, and now they'll be looking at a tough 3rd and 15. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And Gano's kick is right through. And that will make this now an 18-point ball game. And you figure with that, this game's pretty well out of reach.
It would take a heck of a comeback at this point. Being 3 scores down, I think that's too much to ask with time winding down here in the 4th.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
13 yards there on the pickup, and it'll give the Vikings a 1st down. And now they're in the hurry-up. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
A play fake to Peterson. Now Bridgewater. He's going to loft one deep left side here. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Throwing is Bridgewater. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations.
Touchdown, Carolina! Jonathan Stewart. He scored on the ground and through the air. And thanks to the interception, the Panthers offense cashes in with 6. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were...